We're back forever and then some. A podcast between me, Brian Hefner, and my beautiful wife, Tiffany. We're parents who love theme parks, and we're going to talk theme park stuff because that's what we do on this podcast. Here we are. All right, so the last series is over. It's on to a new. How are you?
I'm good.
How's our child sleeping on your bosom? Sleeping so good.
Sleeping good.
You like that? All
No.
right. If you're listening to this episode, it's because you already listened to last episode where we wrapped up our what was it? Perfect Park Day. Perfect Park Day series is over. Now we're on to a different series, and we're gonna start a top 5 series. In this episode, we're gonna be doing our top 5 favorite rides at Magic Kingdom, but we're not just going to tell you guys our top 5. I've kind of made like a little game out of it. So each number has the opposite amount of points. So your number 5 is 1 point and your number 1 has 5 points. And we'll take our decisions together and put the points together, and the highest ranking ride in each park will be the best ride at that park in our opinions. Does that make sense?
Yeah, right.
It's kind of like making a little game out of it. And then when we're done, we can put all the best rides together. We can rank those best rides to all around have, if you're watching this, I'm doing it with my hands and it goes, best ride. And people are going to flame us in the comments because other opinions aren't our opinions, and this is just our opinion, guys.
It's just our opinion. You can have your own opinion.
I hope everybody's having a beautiful week. Opinion. Keep your opinion to your opinion, bruh.
I never can figure out what clip it is, but there's a clip of it's my opinion. And I think I said that last time.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know. It's always funny. It's always somebody saying just like, it's just my opinion, and
it's
people
just my opinion, bro. People are really serious about their opinions.
They are.
I'm like that.
Opinions are like, you know what? Everybody's got one.
If you listen to the podcast very early on, you would know that Tiffany would just get on here and be like, you are that person when it comes to things that you enjoy. Your opinion is your opinion, and if it's not the same as my opinion, it's wrong.
Yeah.
I'm like that.
I'm not like that. He's like
I'm
that.
like that when it comes to like music and movies and stuff.
Pretty much everything.
I'm not like that when it comes to theme park stuff, though. I think, am I? Okay.
Yes.
Well, your list, just so you know right away, your list is wrong. So here we go. All right. So yeah, we're going to start off with Magic Kingdom. Just to preface this, babe, because we just said we're doing our top 5. We'll give some, I'm guessing you already knew to do this, but give some example on why you love this ride.
No way.
Maybe like memories or something. We can break it down. Yeah. All right. We're starting at 5. Don't start at 1. How do you want to start? Do you want to start the thing? Or
so my
number 5,
which is my top ride, is
your last top ride.
My last top ride?
Your top 5 is your 5th is your worst one. Your number 1 is your favorite ride.
Right.
Yeah, so we're starting off at number 5. I'm not looking at it. But yeah, we're starting at number 5 and we're working our way to our favorite ride.
Right. I got it. Okay.
That was very okay, guys. We love each other very much on this podcast. Got it. Okay. All right. So what's your?
I'm sure
5th?
Everybody who's like with me that's listening to is like, yeah, I think she's got it.
My bad. Over explaining. Am I mansplaining right now, dude? My bad.
Sure.
All right, Magic Kingdom. Your 5th favorite ride. What is it?
Space Mountain.
Dang. Okay. Space Mountain.
It's just because I didn't actually experience Space Mountain until I was like an adult.
Yeah.
Really? Like it was just.
I didn't experience any of these rides.
I think I did, but I don't remember. Like it's not one of the rides that like hold to me since I've been going to the parks.
Right.
So I would say number 5. I can tell you about a really good time that I had on Space Mountain. Actually, it was with my siblings.
Imagine that.
And we were all on a Friends kick. The show. And we had all recently in the hotel room before going to the park, which this was like the best park day that we've ever had. It was right before a hurricane.
How old were you?
Oh, Mariah. I had Mariah. Mariah was with us.
Okay. So you were grown
I was
ups.
like,
Okay.
yeah, I was like 25, 24.
Okay.
Um, watched the episode of Friends, and it was the one where Ross is trying to get the couch up the stairs, and it's pivot,
I knew you were.
pivot.
Yeah. So you're hitting pivot every time you guys hit a turn.
No.
No.
So the lines, there's no lines. It is literally straight walking, and nobody's around.
Nice.
Like even when you get to the ride, there's not even people hopping on the ride. It's dead.
It's yeah.
Um,
Which that doesn't even. We did after hours. Our after hours video is up right now. It's been up for a while now, actually. So go watch that if you haven't. But if you go on that episode or that vlog, we had a walk on.
Yeah.
So essentially, this is how it looked to you.
And anyway, so I think Colton or Dalton, one of the boys, they were. If I'm 25, they're younger than me. So I want to say one of them was like
Early
20,
20s.
21.
Mm-hmm.
Just like hits the side of the wall, kind of like, and like turns his body, like kicks the wall, and like it's like tilted and hits a corner. I don't know how to explain what he did with his body, but like kind of. And I somebody said pivot, and then so like we all started doing it, and then the very next ride was like we did the office parkour.
Oh my god!
So that became the whole entire trip: pivot and parkour.
So
and it started at Space Mountain.
Pivot. Not related to this episode or this podcast or the topics at all, but you said you were on a friends kick. You're on a friends kick right now.
I am.
As we speak.
I am.
And like I was like, why she's been coming up. So I put the baby down, the 2-year-old.
Everly, yeah.
And you come up after the 2-year-old is down right now. That's how we're doing it. If you ever paid attention to when we just talked about family stuff on our podcast, we figured out a good way to get the baby down. Finally, we got that figured out. And we do have to start doing episodes about personal stuff again here and there.
Yeah.
I think we got to bring that in, or just do it like this. But the 2-year-old goes to sleep with me, and then the baby and mommy come up later. Where was I going with this? Oh,
Friends.
it was on the TV when I went to go get milk and cookies or something after everybody was going to bed, and I was like, "Were you watching Friends?" And you were like, "Yeah." And then the next night, I got out of the shower, and you had Friends on, and I was like, "Dang, you're just on a Friends kick,
bro." They
and
had
I
me
was
cackling.
editing, dude. I was on my phone editing, and I'm like, looking up and cracking up laughing in between editing. Yes, I edit on my phone, guys. And we just ended up sitting there. Instead of what we usually do is put like vlogs on or something, we always catch up on like all the park stuff, all the stuff that it's basically just park stuff. And that night we ended up watching like 3 episodes of Friends without even realizing that we had done it.
I've been wanting to watch something that's like not like holding my attention too much.
Right. Friends is definitely the definition of like that show that you can just put on in the background. That's like Everybody Loves
like,
Raymond.
Laugh so hard because you caught like the scene. But
it's
yeah,
such
like
a good show.
Putting on like the now
old sitcoms.
No, I was gonna say now watching the YouTubes that we watch, it's kind of like informational for us too now, and you're wanting to really pay attention to it now.
Yeah.
Which I always did. I enjoyed watching them, but I was like, now I'm trying to like, okay,
we've turned it into something that's kind of like not work, but like it's something learning. That we're like we're looking at a little different from a different lens.
So
Friends is definitely
Friends. Put it on, and I'm telling you, you will catch yourself cackling like it's like you just seen it for the first time.
Oh, so funny. All right, so yeah, my last.
Okay, so your number 5 ride.
Yes, my number 5 ride. You're giving Rachel right now with your little toot.
That's my girl.
Yeah, that's my girl too.
Me, Phoebe or her. Those are two I want to be.
Yeah. My 5th ride, and I know this is. I never got to ride the original version of this, but my 5th top ride is Tiana's Bayou Adventure. What do you think about? Why are you making noise like that?
I'm just kidding.
So right now, yeah. So yeah, I watched it happen. I got my passes right before. Actually, we got our passes, and Tiana's was actually pretty close to.
Tiana's opened in June. Yes.
The first time I ever saw it, walls were up, but like it was the outside was. So essentially done, except
6 months later opened.
Yeah. We and watching it, and then honestly, like since we've had Everly on like she's watching movies regularly now. Tiana, our Princess and the Frog, is like a movie we watch a lot. And
Yeah.
honestly, I think Tiana might be like like my favorite princess because I've never gone into princesses thinking who my favorite was,
Mm-hmm.
and me and Everly are like bonding over Princess Frog. So Tiana holds like a place in my heart. And then I watched the ride grow online, like be built. So
Yeah.
it holds. So there's some things on this list that like Disney heads are gonna be like, he didn't even put this on his list, but he put Tiana's did. Should have been Splash Mountain. I'm experiencing this stuff as a new fan, and Tiana's is sick. I think it's
Yeah, but
like one of
Splash
the
Mountain's
best
gone.
rides.
That's not what the list is. This isn't like our perfect day, and if we could have Splash
Yeah,
Mountain
yeah,
back,
it's current.
this is
And
what's current.
Tiana's, I think that if it's open and it's not freezing, or if it's open and it's kind of not freezing, which we recently did,
Mm-hmm.
uh, I'm
I don't know.
riding
It's
it.
pretty cold.
You rode it for your first time
Yeah,
recently, and it's. I think that they did a great job. I don't know what Splash Mountain was, but the animatronics,
I think it's better than
the
Splash
ride
Mountain.
experience, I think it's all sick, and like it's one
And
of the.
Splash Mountain for me, like I remember the first time going on it. I feel like Splash Mountain was my first like thrill ride that
Yeah,
wasn't like why can't I think
not like
it?
a roller coaster.
Yeah. And that drop got me, and I remember being so scared that my dad leaned forward and put his arm around me.
Yeah,
I love Splash Mountain. It was great. I miss it, but at the same time, going on Tiana's and experiencing it for what it is, like it's a new ride, taking away the fact that it's taken place of a ride that was there.
yeah,
It is a better ride.
yeah.
Like the animatronics, the like
Animatronics are beautiful.
the story that it tells.
Yeah, yeah, and just the music from Princess Frog is so
Right.
good that it's just like everything's sick, and it brings like me and you like talk to the people behind us that day. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like it brings like this communal like, oh, you got this is your first time. Like she heard it was her first time in the lit, and we just started talking to this girl and her daughter, and it was awesome. So yeah, my number 5 is Tiana's Bayou Adventure. So right now, Tiana's has 1 point, and Space Mountain has 1 point on our lists in our
So they have
game.
2 points.
No,
Oh, they
I'm
have 1
saying
point. Yeah, yeah,
they
yeah.
each
Because they
ride
didn't
has
match
one
up.
point because they
Yeah.
didn't match up.
Gotcha.
If mine was Tiana's and yours was Tiana's, it would have 2, but
Right.
they only each have 1. Keep
Right.
that in mind.
Gotcha.
We'll do the tally after so it doesn't get too confusing. But all right, go ahead. What's your number 4? Now that you've been cheating and looking, not cheating, but you've been
You
looking
looked
at
at mine.
I'm trying to just look at what I'm supposed to look
And
at.
I didn't look at any of yours. I don't know
Okay.
what you got going on.
What is your number
I ain't
4?
worried
Your
about you.
fourth favorite, or counting
Okay, so which one is it?
down?
Haunted Mansion.
Wow. Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah. Haunted Mansion. Love it. It's a memory for like I like the memory thing. So my brothers, when we went one year, Colton, which is the oldest boy, but is younger than me, he was terrified. Once you got into the room and they were like, please, everybody move to the center of the floor.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. The stretching room.
He started to lose it. He was so scared. And then Dalton,
This is when they were little.
little, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Just
no,
had the
Dalton, a
preference.
24-year-old.
He's 31 now.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, no, Dalton was probably like 3 or 4.
Yeah, so
Colton
they
was
were
like
all, you were
5,
all little guys
5 or
at this
6.
point.
Terrified, crying. So then Dalton starts crying, and he's like crawling up my dad, and my dad's having to hold both of them, and they're crying, and me and Brittany are like
laughing at them because you're the
losers.
older.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Right. But yeah, Haunted Mansion is a great ride.
Classic, dude.
So classic. I love the movies. All the movies that have come out. They've done 2 now.
Mm-hmm.
They've all been really good. But yeah, that would be a number 4 for me.
Nice. So my number 4 is also Haunted Mansion.
Nice.
I thought Haunted Mansion would be like further on your list. Me and you, we're on the same page. We're kind of alike. Yeah. I obviously am a new person. I'm gonna keep bringing this up, but the first time I wrote it was with you guys, and Everly was probably about 1.6 years old. A year and a couple months. She was little. So it was like the experience, and
A year and 5 months, yeah.
This was only for Magic Kingdom. This was the second ride I ever rode in Magic Kingdom
Mm-hmm.
because we did that day. We did this and we did Pirates and this. Oh no, this might have been no, yeah, Pirates in the order comes before. So Pirates was the first ride that
Mm-hmm.
I think I rode in Magic Kingdom. But yeah, I rode it for the first time with you guys after all the hype in the world and all the people talk. It's such a cool ride
You know what? I just realized that you and Everly rode rides for the first time together.
together. Yeah, and that's what like
That's
when
so
we
cute.
all right. So we had a conversation the other day off the podcast, and I said I'm really having trouble like deciding what my favorite park is and what order of my favorite Disney parks is because Magic Kingdom is now becoming like I've been there the most and it has a lot of memories now because we've gone so much in the last couple of years that I've watched my middle kid grow up on these rides and react different. The first time she was on there, she was like, "What the heck? What the heck is this?" But by the end, she's happy and like the photo at the end, her eyes are all big. Like, what is going on? But this time we went recently in the video that you guys you haven't seen, you've already seen. I've got to like remember where I'm at with editing, but like she is experienced. She's like now is like enjoying them for
Yeah.
real.
Like she knows where she's going.
Yeah, she knows where she's at. She knows Pirates. She knows Haunted Mansion, and like I do enjoy the movies too. I think
Yeah.
Eddie Murphy's that guy.
Oh yeah, that one's
And
super good.
the
They're
first
both like that is like one of the movies that I can say that like
we
when they
watched
come
that
out with like is it a prequel when it's like same movie but different cast, same thing? What is that called?
prequel is before.
Okay, so what is it when it's just like it's supposed to be like that other movie never existed. This is it.
Like a reimagining
Right.
or
They're
a
both
remake.
really good.
Well, isn't Haunted Mansion 2 a prequel to Haunted Mansion 1? They're separated from
They're
each other.
separated.
I have to rewatch the second one. The first one is amazing.
So
All right, so
good.
yeah, my number 4 is Haunted Mansion, and Haunted Mansion officially has 2 points or 4
4 points.
points in our game. So, what's your number 3 favorite park? Our favorite ride in Magic Kingdom?
Pirates of the Caribbean.
Oof, Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah.
This one, oh man, go ahead. Tell me why. Hit me with some.
Honestly, I've always loved Pirates of the Caribbean, but there's like this nostalgia and then my preteen heart of Orlando Bloom and Johnny Depp being,
Oh
you
my
know, in the
God.
movies and
Yeah.
like falling in love with that ride because like, you know, I could pretend for a second that I was in the movie with them.
Oh my gosh.
I'm like my hair's like flowing.
Ride makes you just want to be like, he's right there. Guys, come on.
That guy right there. No,
He's right there.
that's
He's
literally how it
poking
is
up
in the
at him.
movies.
Yeah,
He's
it's
like
true.
right behind them. Like,
yeah, I literally have the theme song in my head from the movies in my head while I'm on that like the entire time we're riding it.
no,
But, yeah.
it was probably as a kid, it was like my favorite ride to go on because of the store that you come into.
Yeah, it's got a really cool story. They didn't. So is it this year or next year that we're getting the themed? It's like a themed food, isn't it? Food or is it a bar?
Bar.
It's a bar. I'm pretty sure they'll have snacks too.
No, they will. Yeah.
It's straight across. They're working on it right now, and they just did a bunch of work in the store.
Did they?
Yeah.
I didn't notice it when I was
we
in
have
there.
to check it out next. We've kind of we like rushed in and out of that ride last time we were on it. Did you ride it with us that night?
No, so that day you guys kind of rushed out of it because I was in my wheelchair and Colton took me out, and then you guys went and found the bathroom. So by the time we were looking for you guys were already out the store, so we didn't even like.
Yeah, it didn't even. Yeah, they did something new to it.
I think they took space out of it.
Yeah.
To make more room for the bar seating.
Oh, is that what it is?
I think that's what somebody said.
Somebody
done said that.
Said it. All right, yeah, cool. So we're on 3, right?
Yep.
So your 3 is Pirates of the Caribbean.
And that's number 3 either way you look at it.
Yeah. 3's in the yeah, sure. All right. My number So Pirates of the Caribbean has 3 points right now.
Yes.
Yeah. Good one. That's very I don't know
Thanks.
how smart that was, but it was something. All right, my number 3 is Space Mountain.
Okay.
Yeah, Space Mountain, man. All right, so I lied a little bit, but I've told this story before, so I'm not going to reiterate it too much. But I did go to Magic Kingdom once when I was in like high school, and I only spent time in Tomorrowland. For some reason, I was with friends who had no idea what Disney was. I had no idea what Disney was, so I made my way to Tomorrowland and only did Stitch's Adventure and Space Mountain and ate somewhere, I don't remember where, and then watched like the bands and stuff that played that night. So Space Mountain technically is the first ride I ever rode, and I honestly think that Space Mountain was the first roller coaster. Well, no, it was like the second roller coaster I ever rode, because back then I was not stoked on roller coasters and didn't know what it was, so it scared the ever loving life out of me. But it's just like such a cool ride. Um, it's something that we ride a lot on. Like we've done the extended hours thing a couple times now, and we make sure to ride this ride every time. I did the popcorn bucket video, and we rode only that ride. I feel like and no matter what, we get on it and you get off it just having the best time.
Can I tell you why it's number 5 on mine?
Why?
It's so hard to get in and out of.
Oh yeah. I feel you.
I'm old.
It is. Them seats are tight.
It's hard.
Hey, Disneyland.
And they're low, so you're gonna like.
Yeah. Disneyland folks don't even understand, bro. They
No?
got this side by side seating. I wonder if it's
Oh,
as
yeah.
low. I wonder if it's as low as ours, because ours are like really uncomfortable. They're not
Really
uncomfortable. Once you're in there, you're all right.
If
Yeah.
you're tall.
But if you're tall, and I'm not that tall, and I'm like, gosh, I hate
Every
getting
time
in.
I see Colton in it,
I literally
like, he can't ride in the front one.
Right.
He has to be in that second row one,
Yeah,
second
yeah.
or third.
Yep. I've ridden the front row, and he's ridden the row right behind me every time we've ridden it. Yeah,
Is
it does.
only 2
I've
rows,
gotten
or
literal
it's
Charlie.
3, right?
There's 4. There's
4.
4 seats in it, I think. I'm pretty
That
sure.
was 3.
I think it's 4.
Okay.
But yeah, it's such a good ride, classic ride. It's so like, have you seen it with the lights on?
Yeah.
It's like, it's kind of funny how like it's not really the biggest. You know what it reminds me of? Have you ever seen the Power Rangers movie?
Yeah.
Do you remember like the like construction site that Mr. Ooze like comes out of?
Yeah.
Do you remember that scene?
Okay.
For whatever reason, every time I see lights on Space Mountain on like line or something, I always think of that scene from Mr. Ooze coming out of the ground, because it looks like a construction site. It looks like a building that's not done being built.
Yeah.
Yeah. It looks so crazy. And then if you watch like the ride on footage, like it really is doing, for a roller coaster person, it's really not doing much. But being in the dark, it only goes 35 miles per hour. It's
because the thrill that it gives you that isn't, well, at its fastest, that's all it goes.
It only goes 35.
Because like they run it at different speeds. Like I've been on it and it's definitely been slower. And then I've been on it and then there's been times where it's like,
oh, dude, yeah, the thing feels like it's cooking. Well, you know, I'm gonna hit you with a technicality here. Roller coasters, the wheels that they're made on, like the width, technically they warm up and like soften a little bit throughout the day. So at the end of the night, it's technically a roller coaster is going its fastest and it's its smoothest. At the end of the night, it's going for the fastest.
And I honestly think that is a ride that they like. Sometimes it's not as dark in there as other times. Have you ever experienced that? Then sometimes it's like you can kind of see in there, and then there's other times where you're like, it's
nighttime when your eyes aren't blasted.
No, there's sometimes at night that I rode that where it's like, this is dark.
It's pitch black, or you feel like you can see a little bit more. Yeah, there's a lot of talk about different things in that ride. Some people think that there's like fans that blow on you, so it feels like you're, because you're only going 35, but the movement of the fan gives it more. Faster. Yeah, I've never seen a fan. I've never looked for them on the like lights on ride videos. But yeah, and I mean, you get to see it from the people mover too.
Yeah,
it's pretty cool. Yeah, Space Mountain, classic ride. It's a roller coaster, so I had to make my list.
Okay, so those both have 3 points.
Yeah, Space Mountain. Wait, yeah, Space Mountain. Well, no, because Space Mountain was on your list, right?
Yeah, but it was number 1 on my list.
So Space Mountain has 4 points right now because it was my third list.
Okay.
It's 3 points on my list, and it has a 1 point on your list, so it's 4.
Mm.
And then what was your 3?
Pirates.
Oh yeah, I haven't announced where my Pirates is yet. So. But what's your number 2?
Big Thunder.
Ooh, Big Thundy Mountain.
Yeah.
The best.
Ah.
Unfortunately closed at the time of this recording.
Yep.
And
I have not rode this ride.
Ridden.
Thank you. I was like, ridden.
Whatever, same
Ridden
difference.
this ride.
Tomato.
And let's see.
A long time because...
How long has it been since COVID started? 5 years?
Yeah. 2020.
So it's been about 5 years since
Me and you have not ridden Big Thunder together?
No, I have my hernia.
I could have sworn we got on it one time together and you were like, yeah, I can't handle it.
No.
We've definitely ridden Guardians together.
I rode Guardians, yeah.
Dang, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I love that ride. We're going to get there.
It's so good.
I
don't really necessarily have a memory of that one. It's just a good ride. It's
such a good ride, and I hope that it comes out of this construction being even better somehow. Because when they said that they were doing a bunch of work on it, I'm like, why? It already runs so
perfect.
Good. It is though. It's older, but it's not rough at all. It's smooth and it's fun, and the facade is amazing. And I don't know. I love that ride. We'll get to it. We'll get to it on my list. That kind of didn't spoil anything, but you can kind of guess. Because my number 2 is Pirates of the Caribbean. Pirates. Amazing animatronics. Same thing. This was one of the first rides I ever rode. This was the first ride that I ever rode at Magic Kingdom, I guess. Second, whatever, however you want to look at it. Being a park nerd and being obsessed, it was the first ride we ever went to on our first Disney trip. So this is the first Disney ride me and Everly ever rode together. Her reaction was priceless. It is such a cool ride. So isn't ours? I can't remember. Ours is shorter than Disneyland's, right? So
Our Pirates, yes.
Yeah, so I really want to ride Pirates in Disneyland, but I mean, what's not to love? That smell, man. You walk in that room, you walk in even the facade of it, and you're in Pirates.
Oh yeah,
it's so good.
So good.
And I don't have any crush on Johnny Depp or whatever that guy's name, Orlando Bloom,
that you're willing to tell anybody about.
Yeah, right. I do love that guy with the pigs. Love that guy. And me and Mariah have a thing that we say something about the guy's foot. I can't remember.
No,
She's
it's
like,
me, the dirty foot. You gotta.
Oh, yeah, it is you.
I did it with her when she was little.
Oh yeah, she does it to me now. She's like, you gotta close your nose because that guy has. I don't know if you guys know what Jiffy Foot is, but Jiffys are gas stations here, and in Florida, and we live near the beach, kind of, so you can just walk into a gas station without your shoes on, and it makes your feet dirty. So we call them Jiffy feet when people's got bottom of their feet all dirty. Then that boy, that pirate hanging 1 foot over, that is one Jiffy foot right there. I also love the smell. I think that Pirates is a perfect example of how good they were with I think I'm obsessed with the sound. Because as you're making your way through the ride, you are hearing the things that are happening right in front of you, and it's just it took back then they probably had to work so hard on directing. I don't know. Some rides it feels like there's just a lot of sound and it's all just hitting you at once, but the sounds are hitting you at the perfect time as you're going past the things, or the smells. There's that part where I forget what's happening, but it smells like bubble gum or something. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm talking about?
I think Pirates has the best smell at any ride.
Well, yeah, it's the water and all that, but I'm talking about the smells of when you when you get into the burning area.
It smells like a cotton candy bakery.
Yeah, it smells. I don't know. Yeah, Pirates of the Caribbean's awesome. I really want to ride the Disneyland one because obviously it's longer.
Yeah.
All right. So Pirates now has 4. What was it on yours?
Pirates.
It was number 3.
Yeah, so now has
So
7
it
points.
has 7 points. So we're getting close here to figuring out what the best or what the highest rated rides are going to be. So what is your? I just saw it too. So it's crazy, but I get it completely. What is your number 1 favorite ride at Magic Kingdom?
Tiana's Bayou Adventure.
I was worried about putting it on my list at all, and you made it your number 1.
Why were you worried about putting it on
I
your
just
list?
think that like purists people
Don't
are like,
care.
you're right,
It's my favorite ride.
and you are that person. You're like, screw everything, screw what people say. Tiana's,
I am.
Tiana's
You're not.
is
Yeah, you're not going to
so.
change me on my opinion.
I don't care either. Honestly, like
Yeah.
Tiana's is so good, and if you don't like it, I'm so sorry that you love Splash Mountain that much. But Tiana's is so good.
It is. I love Splash Mountain too. It was great while it lasted. Now we're on to something new.
Yeah, we did have a good time on it.
We had such a good time.
I feel like that was your. So Tiana's is,
and it could be my favorite ride right now as well because it's the first thrill ride that I've ridden in
a
like
long time.
5 years.
Oh, well, you rode Cosmic Rewind
I
with
did,
me.
but I was
You
so
were so
scared
yeah.
that I did not experience it.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
was terrified.
That's crazy. Okay, so that's cool though. It's such a good ride, and Tiana is like I said, it's my
Maybe
favorite
we'll
princess.
have to do this again with Magic Kingdom because I haven't not Magic Kingdom. Yeah, Magic Kingdom. Since I haven't been able to ride any like thrill rides, and maybe it'll be different once I can like experience them again.
Yeah,
but Tiana's is still a 10 out of 10.
Yeah, Tiana's is don't worry because the only thing you have to ride is Tron, and Tiana's is better than Tron.
I haven't done Space Mountain in a long time. I haven't done Big Thunder. Like maybe Big Thunder is not as good as I remember it to be. I believe it is.
Well,
but
if we're speaking of, my number 1 is Big Thunder Mountain.
Okay.
Big Thunder Mountain is arguably, now this is coming from somebody who, and like, I'm a thrill guy. I love roller coasters. Big Thunder is arguably like almost the best ride on property of all Disney World, in my opinion. There's 3 rides that are up there, and they're all roller coasters, and you can kind of guess what all 3 are if you know what my favorite ride in all of parks is. But Big Thunder is in that top 3 for me. This ride is perfect, and they're literally tearing it apart right now to make it more perfect somehow. And I can't wait for 2026 just for that because this ride's amazing.
And I'll be able to ride it.
Yeah, you'll have your surgery, you'll be there, it'll be over with, and we'll be able to ride it. So let's do our little tally. Shall we? I'm going to pull my phone up, guys. I'm not just staring. Oh, you've been doing it?
Yeah.
So
start with the least.
So the lowest. So yeah, the lowest. What's losing right now?
Space Mountain is losing.
Okay.
And so is Haunted Mansion.
Haunted Mansion and Space Mountain. So
tied.
With what 4 points?
4 points.
Okay. And then
we have Tiana's Bayou with 6 points.
Okay. And then we have
Pirates Caribbean with 7, and then of course Big Thunder with 9.
Big Thunder almost got a perfect 10. Baby.
Yeah.
And I mean, I did come up with I kind of can't. I feel like there's another podcast that does their top 5 similar, but I wanted to make it a game. Feels good knowing my favorite ride in the park is the one at the top. Big Thunder Mountain, baby. Dang, if Tiana's would have been lower, it would. I love Tiana's too.
I mean, Tiana's is still number 3.
Right.
Pirates went out with the number 2 spot.
So the first episode of our little series for the top 5s rides in each park, and Big Thunder Mountain is the representation of the best ride in our opinion in Magic Kingdom. That feels pretty good, man. It's a banger of a ride.
It is.
I think it's like literally perfect.
I think that's a good roundup.
All right. Do you have? I didn't tell you to do this, but do you have any honorable mentions? Like, do you have ones that you had trouble not putting on the list?
Oh, I also love
all of them. I really like all the rides here.
But no, I can't. Why can I not think of it? The baby just rode it for the first time.
Jungle Cruise?
No,
she's ridden that twice.
I love that
People
too,
Mover.
But no, Goofy.
Barnstormer.
Barnstormer.
Wow. Nice.
Barnstormer is just a classic for me. I love that. And then I guess I would go with Snow White and Seven Dwarfs.
Yeah.
Mine Train.
I don't even I don't care for Seven Dwarfs that much. It's fun, but
I just
like
think if I was starting my like list, it would be like number probably. Oh, yeah,
if
number
we were doing a
7.
top 10, it would be
It would be in the top 10.
yeah, well, yeah, I mean, there's how many rides are there in there? I don't
There's a lot more than 10.
Is there 18? There's like 18, isn't there?
Yeah.
Something like that. I'm gonna okay. So I had a really hard time not putting Jungle Cruise on, and I had a really, really hard time not putting People Mover on.
Really?
I love People Mover. I just think
See,
it's so cool.
I think of those more as attractions than rides. Yes, they
Yeah,
are rides,
yeah,
but
I
they're
guess.
more of
They're
like
not thrilling at all.
Yeah.
Do you know that in California they turned their People Mover into a thrill ride for
How?
for a couple years? So every time that it did a straightaway, it would go up to like 30 miles per hour, but then it would brake really hard and hit the turn slow, and then go back. And they changed it because people hated it so much.
Dang.
Yeah, crazy. Yeah.
What if we make this nice, relaxing ride?
Also, do you know that the People Mover was originally Walt's idea of like an actual mode of transportation? Like when he made the People Mover, he was thinking like cars, like a way of not for everybody to not have a car. Is essentially like bus systems. He was thinking,
so basically the monorail, but open.
yeah, yeah, exactly. The same thing with the monorail. Yeah, they both came from that same like type of idea.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah, I had a hard time not putting those on there. I'm
that
not
Walt
gonna lie.
guy, you know.
That Walt guy, he had a lot figured out, didn't he? All right, guys. Well, this is perfect. 35 minutes, not bad. Thank you guys for hanging out with us. This is our first episode of the Top 5 series, The Magic Kingdom. Your boy's favorite ride came out on top. I love that. And she's not even upset because it was number 2. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, hit us with a like. If you don't already, subscribe to the channel if you like the content. And what else do you do? Like, comment, subscribe. That's all the things. Do all those things. I hope you guys are watching all the videos and you're getting to know us. And we love you guys so much. We hope you enjoy your week. Until next time, bye-bye. Next time we're doing Hollywood Studios, and we might be wearing the same exact shirts that we're wearing right now.
What?
Yeah.
Take a shower.
I know, you stinky little Dollywood t-shirt wearer. All right, guys.
Bye.
Bye.